Hey guys, AJ here back on another one for you. So guys, these 304s are broke as a joke, man. I've said it once, I've said it again, guys.
Winter is coming.
Guys, winter is here. Guys, student loan debt, high interest car loans, and these chicks are drowning in credit card debt. Guys, 30, 40, 50, $60,000 in credit card debt. And guys, all these chicks are doing this because they expect one of us to swoop in and pay their bills.
Here I come to save the day.
Clown world. So guys, we will return to the dumpster fire known as TikTok to look at some of these chicks whining about credit card debt. But before we do, like, subscribe, drop a comment, guys. And check out my Discord, my locals, guys. There's a playlist at the end with a whole bunch of videos just like this. And let's get into this. And guys, of course, she has the big glasses, right? Right? So we all know that nothing good is going to come from this chick's mouth.
Beta female!
As of today, I am $8,107 in credit card debt, not including student loans, but
Look at
we'll
that.
ignore that for a little bit longer, and I do not like it. So my goal this week and also subsequent weeks is to really grind it out and get this shit paid off. The goal is to make an extra $1,000 a week with Instacart, which would be $142 a day, so we'll see about that. But with the holidays and stuff, I feel like that's pretty doable. So I'm at Kroger, I have a Pepsi, I have a bagel, oops, at $1.89.
Look at
I
that.
sent my first order at $12.12 and delivered it about an hour later for $14, so slow start. Part of that was related to me dropping the eggs at checkout. For those doing the math, I would need to do 10 of those orders a day for 10 hours a day for 8 weeks straight
Look
in
at that.
order to meet my goal, which is not going to happen. So I kind of need to change something, but
Get a
unfortunately,
job.
I'm at the mercy of Instacart with my orders because another hour later, I delivered my second order for $17, raising my total to $31. My third and fourth orders were really easy and took about an hour combined. One of them ordered 18 boxes of cereal, which I thought was interesting. And my fifth order was a package of adult diapers, bringing my total to $58. For my sixth order, I switched it up and went to Target to shop for a little girl's birthday party. My seventh order brought me back to Kroger, and my eighth order was the one that broke $100. I just need to do that 81 more times. I thought about stopping there because I feel really uncomfortable delivering in the dark, but then I realized it's only like 6:30, so I powered through one more order, bringing my total to 126 for the day. It's not 143 like I had hoped, but I'll make up for it tomorrow, hopefully. I will definitely start earlier. As of
Now guys, a couple of things here. Pump the brakes. Maybe you could have got stuff done faster if you weren't setting up your phone to record TikToks. Absolute clown world. Guys, am I in like clown world and bizarro world here? What is going on?
Stupid.
Everyone, she had to set her phone up to record and then turn it off. What are you doing? And guys, get a job. Get a job. There's jobs you can work from home doing customer service. She can teach English online, right? Plenty of jobs other than doing Instacart for 10 hours a day. What a dunderhead. And if you're in a rural area, move. This is her strategy, guys. And guys, she didn't even make her goal on the first day. If you guys think that this person's actually going to stick to this and pay off their debt, sorry guys.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Clown world, guys, she has 933 comments here. Good job, girl. You got this.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Someone says, you've inspired me. I'm currently 6K in debt. We've got this.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Now, this one chick says, so when I did Instacart, I try to stay near liquor stores because there's high totals for a very few items. Now, that makes sense, right? Look at that. All these chicks. Guys, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 comments are all chicks saying that they're trying to do the same thing. Absolutely insane. Guys, are hashtags. These are hers. Hashtag debt. Hashtag debt-free journey. Hashtag debt payoff. Hashtag Instacart. Hashtag credit card debt clown world. Guys, look, she has $40,000 in credit card debt. 40 grand. How can someone be so dumb? Stupid. Right?
I have $40,000 in credit card debt. 40. So let's talk about it. First of all, that is a statement that I thought I would be taking to my grave. I never thought I would tell another soul. And in fact, until today, I have never told another soul about my struggles with credit card debt, because this is not the beginning. If we rewind all the way back to about 19 or 20-year-old Lana, that is when my journey with credit card debt began. I was 19 years old and I was dating a man who was 31, and he did not support me or help me financially in any way, and I was trying to live his lifestyle off my minimum wage job, and I was living outside my means, to be quite frank. I got myself into credit card debt. I stayed in credit card debt until I was about 21, at which point I was able to pay it off over the course of just like really cutting back and being very diligent about making as many extra payments as I could to my debt. And then I got out of it and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the most freeing thing. I'm never doing that again. And then I did. And then I paid that debt off. And you know what? I repeated the cycle.
Of course you did.
I'm in my third cycle of credit card debt. And at this point, my threshold has just gotten so big. Your threshold for debt increases with time, right? It's just like your threshold for anything else that creates stress in your life. Over time, your body has to adapt to the current conditions, so your threshold for what it can hold expands. So right now, the number 40 probably feels staggering to some of you, but it's not a number that I feel fear around. So why am I sharing this with all of you? Well, because this debt that I've carried on and off for almost all of my 20s has cultivated so much shame for me.
And it should, right, guys? It should, right?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Right?
So much shame. I directly had my self-worth tied up into my financial picture. And so I thought that because of the fact that I had this debt, I was not worthy. I was not worthy. And as I've been doing a deep dive into my subconscious mind, just really into my psyche in general over the last couple of years, I have looked at everything very, very, very honestly. But money's been the one thing that I've been avoiding. The one thing that I've been avoiding. And over the last month, I have gotten to a place where I cannot avoid it anymore because I am in a very unique situation when it comes to my finances. And
what she means by that, guys, is that she's getting older, right? And now all these simps aren't trying to pay her bills anymore, right? All these simps and are all focusing on younger girls, right? You know what I mean? When she goes out, people aren't buying her drinks anymore. She has to pay for them herself.
I've been doing all of this subconscious work, and as I sat in meditation yesterday, this just came up out of nowhere that I need to talk about it. I need to talk about it. So I first started by having conversations with my closest girlfriends because they didn't even know. And after I had spoken to them, I felt the shame just dissipating and leaving my body. And I thought, I'm going to share it with the world. I think I've always known that I was eventually going to share it with the world. I just wasn't feeling ready. And so I'm sharing this with you because I know that so many of us struggle with debt. I know so many of us are in debt right now, and I need you to remember that money is not moral. You are not worthy or unworthy depending on your financial situation. The more that we talk about things, the less that shame can breed, the less that shame can exist. And I'm just simply to a point where I'm done feeling shame about this. I'm done. And so if I don't feel shame about it, why not share it with you? Because if I can help one person feel less alone on their journey, it's worth it for me. And I don't really care what the comments are going to say, because if I don't feel shame about it, you can't make me feel shame about it.
Please.
So moving forward, okay? Now that we've got 40 grand, what's the plan? The plan is to give it to God, basically. I'm in a full surrender right now.
Is to give it to God. I told you guys. I know I'm pausing this. I'm trying not to. Guys, these 304s always mess their lives up and talk about Jesus. God ain't got nothing to do with you having credit card debt.
My finances, and I just trust so deeply that I had to get to this level. I had to go to these depths on my journey with money for me to fully untangle my relationship with money. Because if you go all the way back to my childhood, I felt fear and scarcity around money before I even conceptually understood what it was. So as I entered adulthood, I had subconscious beliefs that there wasn't enough money, that money equated to my worth, scarcity, lack. Like I had very, very, very deep-rooted fear patterns around money. So even though I entered adulthood and I was able to manage my own finances, and I consciously knew the right way to manage my finances. I worked in finance for 10 years. I consciously knew the right decisions to make. I would not make those because my subconscious mind was running the show, not my conscious mind. I was operating from my subconscious beliefs that there isn't enough, fear, scarcity, lack, instability. So a lot of times, even when I had money in my checking account, I would spend on a credit card, because I needed to hoard like a little squirrel every dollar that I had in my bank account, because it may never come back and there isn't enough. And what I'm learning through this process is why I repeated those patterns isn't because I have no willpower, I'm weak, I'm unintelligent, or any of those things, I'm unworthy. It's because my subconscious mind was running the show. I was allowing my limiting beliefs to run the show. And this could be applied to any other area of our life. So what I'm doing forward is changing my identity.
That's it, guys. I'm sorry. Like, she goes on for like another 4 minutes, guys. I'm sorry. I can't listen to this. I can't. Guys, all this woo-woo, spirit, subconscious, meditation foolishness, right? Guys, this is how complicated that women make things, right? And guys, did you notice that she's not taking accountability for any of this? It's my childhood. Right? It's before I can conceptualize the spirit energy, please.
Just like a woman.
Clown world. And guys, you should be ashamed of yourself if you're in too much debt. Right? If you're borrowing money, you're not paying it back, it should affect your self-worth. You're not trustworthy, right? And you're a worthless human being. Imagine borrowing money from your parents, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, not paying it back. Come on, man. And then gonna say, God's gonna help me out. Guys, come on. She has 6,338 comments here. All these chicks are all in this woo-woo foolishness. I'm in 25K of credit card debt. It feels debilitating. I just paid off $22,000 in debt, and now I'm back to $10,000. Look at that. Look at that. Someone says, I just paid off $20,000 in debt, but I have $42,000 in student loan debt. Chick says, I'm 29, paying off $16K in credit card debt I incurred in my early 20s. Look at that, guys. These chicks are cooked. And they want us to pay it off. Guys, our hashtags. Hashtag debt. Hashtag credit card debt. Hashtag abundance. Hashtag debt-free journey. Hashtag credit card. Guys, might have to do a follow-up on this chick. You know? Because it gets crazier later on. We'll have to do a part 2 on this one. Clown world. Guys, let's just get the race card here real quick. With these glasses, guys, come on. Nothing good's going to come from this.
I'm going to say this really quick because I have places to be and I'm already out. The people who you see buying Stanley Cups are actually a good portion of them are struggling. Like, they legitimately are. It's just that everything's on credit card debt. And that's like something we talk about on this page, on this app quite often. Credit card debt, because most Americans are further in credit card debt than they've ever been in their entire lives. And no, I'm not talking, $1, $2, $5, $10,000. I'm talking $20, $30, $70,000. Matter of fact, one girl got her entire page started off of like, I'm $100,000 in debt. Look at me pay it off together. Unless the debt is medical debt, school-related debt. And I feel like that's kind of the only thing. You can kind of save up for almost anything. Maybe vehicle debt. And vehicle is kind of tricky because as soon as you drive it off the lot, it depreciates. So I understand not wanting to put a lot of money down. But it is genuinely kind of insane to me. And when people are like, oh, well, you bought the Stanley Cup. No, they're hurting. They're just either financially not literate or don't give a fuck. We saw this back during COVID when people were buying a bunch of stuff that they didn't need And then they were like, I'm in the house with a shit ton of stuff. I don't know why we're surprised. I'm going to say this really quick because I have places to be and I'm already out.
Those Stanley cups are those like coffee cups that cost a whole bunch of cash, right? You know what I'm saying? And all these chicks were all showing them on Instagram and on TikTok, right? And this chick is right. Guys, look at these glasses. Look at these fingernails, right? Please. But she is right, guys. All these chicks are all trying to keep up with the Joneses using credit cards, right? And guys, she has 53 comments here. It says, in 2020, I was 16K in credit card debt. I was able to pay it off, but I'm almost back there again. Chick says, I have 4K in credit card debt. I hate it. Man, oh man, oh man. These chicks are cooked. Last chick says, I have 15K in credit card debt. My basement flooded. I needed new pipes. These chicks are cooked. Guys, don't pay their bills. Don't pay their bills. Don't pay their bills. Don't pay their bills. All right, you guys, AJ, I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, and I'm out of here, guys. Have a good one.